Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 41. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Jacob Mails. What's up, Jacob? Hello, Jacob.
Hey, nothing much.
All right, Matt Edwards.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Beefhead?
How are you doing, fellas?
Tim, Graham.
What's up?
Hey, guys.
Okay.
So since you said to wing it, Joe, what's the deal with those plastic water bottles? You see them everywhere.
What plastic water bottles?
Where did that come from?
What
I don't
plastic
know.
water bottles?
You said to wing it.
Oh, I get you. Then. Yeah.
All right, plastic. Well, I don't see any plastic water bottles. All right. So what would you like? So this is just everything and anything or nothing at all. What do you want to talk about, Mr. Edwards?
I don't know. I guess I was kind of stressed this morning thinking of why. You ever notice how easy it is for some people to just go on hating each other? Like, why? What compels us to willingly bring ourselves to hate another person?
Good question.
We breathe the same air, look at the same sky, share the same planet. We're no better than anybody else, but still we feel the need to feel like we're better or greater than a person enough to wish harm on a person or want badness to come to them. Why is that? What compels us to believe that?
I wish I knew what makes people hate another, like so bad that they can't even function and all they think about is destroying a person. I've had that, and I still have that in my life. And I even restored the ratings, and there's a lot of hatred on my channel. 10 dislikes a day now, which is interesting. What's up, Holly? What's up, Holly? Hear us? Hello?
She might need to unmute herself.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can hear me. You there, Holly? How do you unmute, Graham?
I believe you go to the participants tab.
Well, I don't know what causes people to hate. I mean, the thing is, it's a wasted emotion, okay? And it makes other people negative. Now, you know, I had lifted the disabled the ratings, enabled the ratings now, where the moment I did that, 9 dislikes, 10 dislikes, 9 dislikes, all over the place. And you know what? I don't even care anymore because, you know what? If this brings joy to the person and makes them feel better, then God bless you. And if YouTube sees this as destroying my channel and decides to do something to my channel because of the dislikes, then they're foolish because they're run by trolls then. So I'm not going to be like beating around the bush. I'm going to leave the ratings on, and they can dislike it all they want because I'm not going to be worried about it anymore.
No.
It's just it's a thing where I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to make videos on Doctor Who. I'm going to make the Everything Show, the Real Movies Cast, the Real Walkers Cast, the Walking Dead. I'm going to do the horror cast. I'm going to do the news. I'm going to talk about my books from now on because I haven't really been talking about my books, and shame on me for not talking about it on YouTube. And that's it. It's just going to go about my everyday as if nothing is wrong with that nonsense, and that's it, man.
You shouldn't let it bother you. No, you shouldn't let it bother you. They're just idiots trying to get attention.
That's all. I mean, I don't hide behind. They had this other guy the other day. They put a Scream-looking mask on. Who cares? I mean, I don't hate on him. You know, it's great that he's doing videos, but you know, to bring other people into the mix just to get popularity is really, really disgusting. You know, I mean, to bash somebody is just foolish. I don't bash him. In fact, he's welcome on the show.
I don't understand it myself. It's like if I disliked a person, I'd leave them alone. I wouldn't willingly write, "Oh, you suck, go down a fire." Like, I've seen comments like that.
And you know what? I don't know.
What is that to the person to make them feel like they have a right to live and the other person doesn't?
I had someone the other day wish me dead, like to burn in fire, and you know what? I'm just going to say that I never understood the attack and hide, attack and run, attack and block. Come on here and tell me to my face why you believe I should burn in hell. Why do you think my mother doesn't deserve prayers, that she had a massive stroke, and that why do you think that would hurt her by not praying? I mean, that's retarded. I mean, people are making it personal, and you know what? I don't have anything against anybody. So, you know, you want to make it personal. I'm not a coward. Come here and talk to me about it. But they don't. They just hide.
You see, they're cowards because they hide behind masks or, you know, their internet anonymity. Yeah, and you know, they're the ones that are cowards.
Come on here. In fact, you know what? I will invite. I don't care. Like, I'm not looking for a fight. I just want to understand, you know, what is the agenda? Like, what do they hope to gain from doing that? Like,
you know what it is, though? I think that the reason people do this is not just because, you know, people always say it's because they're jealous. They're not taught the innate responsibility we all have, or should all have, to spread goodness and light within the world. They're not informed on what works in life. They don't understand that if you be loving to one another, it actually works.
That's not religious, because the person that did that is supposed to be very religious. So,
well, hey, I can't speak for everybody. I just mean that. Well, I'm not really speaking to this one individual. I'm just saying that in a lot of cases, it's that we are not taught as much that we have a responsibility to be loving to our fellow man.
yes.
We throw that to the wayside, and we don't realize that being that way, that is the way to truth and life. And the truth is something that you cannot improve upon. The truth is perfect. You cannot improve upon what is the absolute truth. And goodness and love is the truth. It is the way. And so many people don't realize that. You can't improve upon that because it is perfect. It either is right.
But he who didn't sin cast the first stone. You know?
It's either right or wrong. It either is or isn't. There's the truth and there's not the truth.
Right.
And people aren't in touch with that.
It's a shame. It's a shame that, you know, this is part of people's every day. It's just hating all day long, and that's all they do. And they don't even know what it's like to be positive. They don't know what it's like to do a nice thing for someone. They don't know what it's like for someone to love them back. And it just dominates them. But that's all they do is just hate.
Yeah, it's just people who haven't got enough in their life. They're miserable in their own lives, obviously, and think it's their.
And I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to get. I'm not going to be hateful. I'm not going to be negative. I just find it funny that I don't believe I'm that type of person that deserves that. And if they came on here, I wouldn't curse them out. I'd be like, "What's up, dude? You know, what's your gripe?" You know, it's like
the reason I even was so stressed about this subject this morning is a friend of mine I know makes his living off of making game playthroughs on YouTube, and he's kind of a self-made person. Lost his job, figured he was going to make his living doing what he loved, playing video games, making playthroughs about them. And he got real popular. All of a sudden, he was just being so outspoken, and he shared his opinion on the gaming media and things like that. And I'll be honest, there are some times he does playthroughs, and it's not perfect, and he starts yelling and whining at the game, but a lot of people took offense to that. And people soon started to call him, for whatever reason, the cancer of the gaming industry or the gaming community. It's like, no, hold on for a second. You're calling another person, another living person, whether you like him or dislike him, you're calling another person cancer.
That's terrible.
Do you realize what you're exactly saying when you call another person cancer? Cancer is a vicious, vile disease, and you're saying that that person needs to die because he might conduct business in such a way where he gets to do what he loves, and maybe he doesn't do it perfectly, or always share the same opinion you're wanting to have about gaming and stuff like that. Really? You're calling him a cancer for that?
It's disgusting, dude.
It's not worth it.
It's disgusting.
This dude, unfortunately, gets so many hate videos. If you look, his name is Dark Side Phil. He plays games on YouTube. He makes playthroughs of them. He's going to be covering the PS4, the Xbox One. But if you search for him on YouTube, all you'll see is a bunch of hate videos of him. And you know why I hate Dark Side Phil, or DSP for short. It's like, why? And I actually made a video defending him, putting out my honest feelings, because I've worked with one of his friends, or I've appeared on one of his friends' podcasts, and they were really generous to me, didn't do anything wrong to me, and I just wanted to speak out because I felt the hate that he was getting was unwarranted, even though, he is a little bit outspoken and he runs his mouth, and sometimes that might get him in trouble, but he's never regretted it because he's always taken the stance. I'd rather be honest with a person than be corrupted like these mainstream media websites who will kiss a game's ass just because they get reserved copy, and they know that if they don't kiss the developer's ass, they don't get their perks that they need to keep running the company. Like, I'd rather be honest about my criticisms towards the game.
Look at how some of these sites, they say, like, these episodes of Doctor Who are the greatest episodes ever, and they're not. And just to get the scoop, just to get the, interview, that it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's like I would rather have a relationship with my fans where they know I'm giving my honest opinion and they can take it or leave it. And because of that, so many people have been through this mentality where, I disagree with him, or he's doing it all for the money, he's not a real person, he's a cancer, and I think it's gone too far, and it just got me thinking, what possesses another person to call another person cancer?
I have no answers
and
for you.
literally want him to die. Really?
Let's give it to the panel and let them talk about it. Graham?
What can you say? I mean, as I keep saying, you can't legislate for the mindset of any particular individual. If you go through your life thinking about that, then shame on you, man.
Trolls are not going to go away, and nasty people have been here since the dawn of time. So, it's just, you gotta, you know what, dude, you gotta be the positive one. You gotta be, you gotta be the one.
If you let them define you by what they say, then they've won. So
exactly.
You gotta go about your business. You gotta not change for anybody. You gotta be a force for good, like you should, and that's it, man. No matter what you gotta go about doing what you do. The other day when you came under attack on the Facebook site, you were a gentleman, you were a scholar, and you handled it perfectly. And meanwhile, we all got mad. Me, Mike, Ronnie, we were flipping out that person just said those horrible things. And you were just cool with it. And you just, you rolled with it. And
I believe the reason people say horrible things is because they do not know what the actual situation is. Or if they do, they don't realize what's going on.
Right.
I mean, that individual who said those things about me, I understand because the mainstream media has this stereotype where anybody who's disabled has to be some guy who talks like this and can speak so good and is real unarticulate. But I try not to be one of those guys who, you just don't understand me, I'm special. Like, I understand there's a negative stereotype going around, and I have to detach myself from that stigma. So I'm never going to be upset if somebody has that misconception because how can I blame them? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I mean, they tell you, now you got to be real nice to the crippled people because they deserve special treatment. No, that's not what I want. I never wanted to be judged by being disabled. I want to be treated equally. You are.
We are.
I mean, I never expect anyone to kiss her.
Dude, you are equal. We're all equal here. You know what I'm saying? You are a huge part of this cast all the time, and you are definitely. I'm honored by you being on here on any show that I have, and I'm glad.
I'm going to tell you something, buddy. I seen that video you done the other day where you mentioned you were born premature. Yeah.
Huh?
You mentioned in a video the other day that you were born premature.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a wee bit of quality, mate. Snap.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Very nice.
There you go.
I think that just haters just hate. I mean, I don't understand why they do. I think the internet kind of gives them anonymity. They can just go say something and boom, and maybe they'll get a like or two or something.
An avatar they can hide behind. Yeah,
avatar. Oh,
yeah, they're usually cowards.
I think with no rule, I think the internet is an example of if we were allowed to get away with everything in society the way we are on the internet, this world would go to hell. And thank God we have more restriction in place. And I think that just goes to show it's a glimpse. The internet is a glimpse of what happens when there are no barriers or laws or anything to uphold the good in the world. And it's sad because little by little, even now, you see the laws offline beginning to shrink and go away. Nothing's ever yours anymore. There's no restriction between what you can and can't do or say to a person. You can get out there and spout as much hatred as you want. Nobody can stop it. And there's no real regard for what works in life, which is to spread peace and love. There's always, it's got to be the fault of some group or some ethnic group or whatever. It's their fault. You know what I mean? There's so much division in the world now, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah, but it's up to you to make the world better, Matt Edwards. It's up to everyone to do their part to make it better and just to fight what goes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find. On my first book, I wrote a poem about hatred. I'm trying to find it so I can read it.
Always been diving in and out. He's having no up whatsoever here, guys.
Also, hello, Daniel.
Hi. What's up?
What's up, bro?
Oh, Daniel, so much for you knowing how to work Zoom. Jacob, what's this about, man?
Daniel is traveling tonight in a Zoom.
From one extreme to the other. Well done, Mr. Edwards. Jeez.
I just don't get why they make such a big deal out of things. Like, if I don't like something, if I don't like a TV show, I don't watch it. If I don't like a book, I don't read it. Yeah. But I'm not going to go shout it from the mountaintops, that, hey, you suck, I mean, that's just a waste of time.
Maybe voice my opinion on it once, then that's it.
Yeah.
Case closed. Yeah.
That's it. We don't keep going on and on and on about movies if we don't like it. I mean, with the exception of Transgender Sensitive Tars. But anyway.
Oh, God.
I knew you were going to bring that up. To the segment.
I know. All right, I'm going to read my poem on hatred that I got. Okay. I actually paid for my own book on my iPhone, which is funny. Hatred.
That's funny, isn't it?
It's called Hatred. Hatred is a destructive form of evil. Consumes your soul. It darkens your light, blinds your sight. You will not know your direction. You will suffer from evil's infection. Hatred for one becomes hatred for two. Friends become foes. Family becomes strangers. You lose yourself in the evil and become that which you are not. Once started, you can't stop until you hurt many others you never expected. You become arrogant, conceited. You revel in your power. A lie becomes as natural as eating. The guilt will stop you from sleeping. You will have no heart. Your goodness will depart. Darkness will surround you. Emptiness will define you. Distance will be kept from you. In the end, you are alone. Pushing away your family, friends, no one wants to know you. No one will ever see you. Your light is gone. You are evil personified. You are the darkness. And that is my poem on hatred from my first book, Sorrow of Separation. So.
That's right, Joe. That is completely right. And I believe that the light you speak of comes from the light of truth. And there is only one truth in the world. And without truth, there is darkness. Without a sense of good or a sense of right away, there is darkness. Without getting into any religious overtones here, because I don't want to offend anybody. There's a right way to go through life and a wrong way, and it's point blank, in my opinion.
Very good, Mr. Edwards. All right, let's give Jacob a chance to get in on this discussion. Tell us, my friends.
Jacob.
What do you go through in your everyday? Do you go through hatred a lot? People like.
Yeah, I've been through bullying. I've been through bullying before because of my autism, because I have autism.
Okay.
And people have bullied me because of that, having that. So I've taken that in life, and I've gotten through it because of my family.
Very nice.
And my brother and my sister, and they've helped me through it. So, yeah, I'm pretty good now.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Force for good, dude. I always say you got to be a force for good. Oh, proud of you.
Yeah.
All right. Beefhead, what would you like to say on that?
And I think it's echoing what you, Matt, have said and what Tim said. To be honest with you, just don't let the buggers get to you. To be honest with you, do what you do and excel in anything and everything you do. It's the old adage. Treat people the way you'd like to be treated yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very nicely put.
If you go around and do live like that, then no one can ever come back to you and say you're not a fair and reasonable person.
Tim?
It's always been my belief that we are all put here on this earth for a purpose.
Absolutely.
And we are capable of such great things that people only seek that out and tap into that potential that is our given right from birth to achieve great things. And so many people would just sort of just bog their lives down in darkness, never preparing for what they can or should or what they're meant to be.
Right.
We weren't put here just to wallow in hatred. That was not the reason for our creation. We were created to enjoy life. And you enjoy life by spreading that to others and also trying to understand why you were here in the first place. That's half of getting there through that understanding comes from just experiencing the journey on the way.
Sometimes you got to take risks in life, and you can't be afraid to push yourself forward. If you don't take risks, you always remain with your own valve. Look at you, Matt Edwards. Look at you graduating like that. You know how proud we are of you? You did that all by yourself.
Well, I'm trying to hit a plateau period where everything's kind of smoothed out by now, but I'm hoping to get into more physical therapy next year. So, yeah.
You're gonna do awesome, my friend. You're gonna do awesome. I have faith, 100,000,000% faith in you.
I don't know what I want. So something has just compelled me to start maybe talking about this stuff. I mean, I know it's rather deep of a conversation to get into.
That's fine.
On everything show like this.
That's why it's the Everything Show, and we could talk about everything. And you could say whatever you have to say, and don't pull your punches, and be comfortable in here, and be safe, and just do what you got to do, man. Say what you got to say, and nobody will judge you.
Well, I'm just gonna say up front. I believe that there is a God. I believe that God is Jesus Christ, and people can agree or disagree to that if you want, but it's what I believe, and if you let me have that, I will let you have whatever else you choose to believe. Now, having said that, I don't believe in shoving it down a person's throat, and I don't believe in what some people do, trying to act like they're a man of God and then doing the exact opposite. That is an insult to me and all the good image that I try to promote of my God. You're doing a complete counteraction, a complete counter service to everything I'm trying to do to promote God in a positive light to people who might not believe. You're turning around and throwing a rock between the grindstones of everything I'm trying to accomplish. I don't appreciate that.
You will accomplish.
When I see people going out there and spreading all this hatred and saying it's in the name of God, that just irks me to heck.
So you know what? They don't know what they're saying, dude. The person that attacked me, he don't know what he's saying. He's hurting for whatever reason. But what happens is fashion communication. Just communicate. And I'm sure things will be worked out, whatever the problem is. I forgive. And, for whatever reason, if he wants to come on, talk to me and curse me out, makes him feel better, come on. I just, he was a good, loyal cast member for a long time, and he's always welcome on here, and he'll always be welcome. So,
and again, my reason for starting the conversation on this subject wasn't necessarily even because of that individual, but I've just been seeing it everywhere. People are all just, not even within this community. I mean, just like even with my friend who does gaming, I don't see why all these people insist on hating and making videos about this person's a liar and a cheat and dying the cancer to the gaming community. It's terrifying. As I said, we're running short of time, I'll wrap this up. But I just feel like the human race has fallen so far from what it was intended to be.
Right. We got 10 minutes, Matt. I'm not going to realize. We got 10 minutes. So I'm going to be monitoring the time to let you guys know a minute before we end. But yeah, continue.
No, but I'll let you go, Joe. I just think that, all this needs to stop, man. All this fighting, all this negativity. Why do that? Why not lift the person up? Why not embellish them? Why not encourage them to shine with their greatest ability? It's not right. It's not what we were put here to do, and it's a complete counter service to everything we're meant to be.
Yeah. Daniel, you've been silent for a while. What would you want to do to add to this conversation?
Well, first of all, I would say that these people are wrong and they shouldn't be doing that, and I have no idea why they're doing this. I mean, they must be suffering too for some reason, but it's still no, I'm talking. I'm sorry. Okay. So
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Mom. They say hi. Yeah. So I have no idea why these people do this. I mean, I guess they're hurting for some reason. I don't know. I have no idea why they do this.
Hello.
Guys.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. How you doing, ma'am?
Everything's okay with me too.
Very good. Awesome. Yeah, we were just talking about faith and how there's no room for hatred in the world, and talking about bullying and bullying, what we all go through in life, and how we got to believe in God and keep going forward.
Yes, right. Yeah, exactly. If we don't believe in God, we are nothing.
Yes.
Without God, finished.
Got to go to church. That's what we got to do.
Yes.
You too, Daniel.
Wow, what have I started?
Yeah, Matt, what the heck, man?
Bye, Daniel.
No.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Matt, on a light-hearted note, I just got to say, mate, I'm going to dub you Billy Graham Jr. from now on, mate.
I'm just playing with you, dude. Don't.
I don't even agree with everything Billy Graham does. I think that there's better ways to get the fulfillment of God than just listening to whatever Billy Graham says as he sits there in his mansion. But
at the end of the day, each to their own, man. If that's how he wants to express himself,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, there's certainly nothing wrong with it, and I'm really.
Holly. Hello, Holly. No? Okay, I'm sorry. Good, Matt.
I was just going to say, I'm really impressed with the way this podcast turned out, and I didn't mean to hijack it from you, Joe.
No, dude. I'm very proud of you. Believe me when I tell you.
Listen, while we're talking about Holly, could somebody try and get a hold of her after this to make sure she's aware we're not ignoring her?
No, I think she knows. In fact, what we'll probably do is I'll probably do a Google Hangout and grab her in there just so she can talk about her Doctor Who stuff.
That'd be cool.
She has been phenomenal with the amount of stuff she found out, a lot of stuff that I missed and everybody else did. And she's an awesome contributor, and she's going to report what she has to say on Doctor Who in probably like a couple of minutes, Holly, if you're watching. So probably 9:42.
She can't be watching you. It's no live.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
I know it saves the computer and then you upload.
You've got to upload the video, remember?
I think she's having a hard time getting in because she's been in and out several times.
Yeah.
Like a revolving door.
Right. But Joe, before we get up here, I just want to say, it'll be interesting to see. I want you to leave the ratings on for this video.
I'm leaving them on ever since we did ours, yes. They could
see what the like and dislike ratio is.
I don't even, at this point, I don't even care. Let them hate everything because it's not going to matter.
I know, but
like everything.
It'll be interesting for this one, though. This is kind
the
of a
ratings are back and they're here to stay, and
Woo!
that's it.
The ratings back in town. The ratings back in town.
That's right. So, in fact, I enabled the last 60 videos, I believe. The ratings are back. Not all 2,000, almost 2,000 videos.
So you better watch your time.
The 2,000 video is coming.
All right.
This is trying again. Oh, man.
Yeah. Hi, Holly. Holly, we're going to do a Real Whovians Cast with you on Google Hangout in like 5 minutes. So if you want to wait for Real Whovians Cast 184, we will do that.
Did you hear? They're going to lower the budget for Star Trek.
Yeah, we talked about that like 4 days ago.
Daniel, keep up with that.
Oh, man.
We're getting a 170 million budget. I mean, it's I know it's better than the first movie because it's like 150 million. But the first one was 150 million. The second one was 190 million. This one's going to be 170 million. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
And we're bringing Star Trek into it because of Gene Roddenberry's future of equality and no hatred, and that's exactly how Star Trek fits into this mix.
Yeah,
definitely.
Nice segment.
So the moral of this podcast: live long and prosper.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joe, you better watch your time on this, mate. You don't want it cutting out abruptly.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to end, so I'm going to end it now. Thank you very much, guys, for appearing. And we'll be back in 5 minutes on the Real Whovians Cast 184.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Testify, brother.